It is the end of 2019, and previously I did a top TMR of 2019 video, and in that video, in the comment section, you guys let me know you wanted the top super TMRs of 2019, guys. So here they are, the top super TMRs of 2019. Let's get into it for you guys. The first two are going to be sort of categorically involved with each other, and this is due to the special effect that I have. So these ones are going to be extremely strong if you're going for a certain kind of build, and that's going to be a dodge build. So we have Locke's Dagger in the Crimson Butterfly here. Locke's Dagger gives you, most importantly, the 30% physical evasion as well as 20% magic evasion here, guys. So 30% dodge for the physical attacks, 20% magic attacks can be evaded here. And then we have the Crimson Butterfly, which has Float Like a Butterfly, which also has 30% physical evasion, but also has the additional use of enabling dual wield and having 100% high tide. So this is something that you can put on your supports to get the high tide for the limit burst gauge for supports, or even healers if you have the high tide Float Like a Dagger on them as well. Also enables you to dual wield some other weapon, possibly another dagger, because there is high tide plus from the item world there as well. Or you can go ahead and use this as a physical dodge weapon for your tanks or your supports or some other sort of scenario. So these two are in here for sure. These are going to be mentioned first and foremost due to them being either really good if you're going for a dodge build, or just kind of pretty much okay, but I had to mention them because there's nothing else like them. Now, there is one other grouping of stuff in here, and this is going to be the next 4 weapons. So we have the Wildfang Heirloom. This was from Carts in here. And this is his super TMR. It enables the effect of Wildfang Claws. This gives you 50% attack when dual wielding, which is a pretty rare sort of effect to have attached to a weapon. This is a fist weapon, so not every character is going to want to be using this, but if you're dual wielding and you can equip fist weapons, this is going to be one of the better things that you can have access to on your character. It also has 170 attack. Now, the next one here is going to be the Zantetsuken from Final Fantasy XIII. This is Radiant Lightning's super TMR here. And this is going to give you the additional effect of Radiant Paladin, which also gives you the 50% true dual wield effect, similar to Wildfang Heirloom, but also gives you 30% limit burst damage. Now, this is the first 2 groupings of weapons because they share the true dual wield 50% clause associated with a weapon with a pretty high attack for a one-handed weapon. Very strong stuff. And the Radiant weapon also has the 30% limit burst damage, which is going to segue into our other 2 types of super TMRs to taking a look at here. Now we have Ultima Blade Final Fantasy XV here. This is CG Noctis's super TMR, 100 MP, 174 attack in a Father's Bond, which gives you 50% limit burst damage. So if you want the limit burst damage effect on a weapon, but you don't really need the true dual wield, you already have enough true dual wield gear in other sources, then you can get a little bit of extra limit burst damage here while foregoing the 50% true dual wield from something like Zantetsuken from Radiant Lightning. This also gives you a substantial 100 MP. While nothing super crazy, this could help you out when, you know, double casting, triple casting, quadruple casting, pentacasting certain skills on certain characters. Now, if the MP isn't anything that you need, we have one step above that, which is going to be the all-in Supreme Sword of Light. This is going to be 11's Super Trust Master Reward. This has 180 attack, so higher attack, no MP. It also has the effect of Supreme Sword of Light, which is 50% limit burst damage. And then on top of that, it also has a weapon variance range on it, even though it is a one-handed weapon. So most one-handed weapons have an average variance range of 1.0, but this one's average variance range is 1.05. So it's going to give you a little bit of extra damage there if you get your hands on Supreme Sword of Light. This is the only sort of weapon with high attack, one-handed weapon in the game that exists in this nature. So if you're looking for a one-handed weapon that you just want a bunch of limit burst damage on it, Supreme Sword of Light is your go-to out of all of those options there. If you don't need the true dual wield, you just want the limit burst damage, that's going to be the Supreme Sword of Light there. Now, moving on away from these weapons, we can go into some other stuff here, and we have none other than Coin of Fate Sabin here. This is an accessory, 55 a flat attack on it, so that is substantial for an accessory slot, and it has the additional effect of training pays off. We've talked about this super TMR on the channel before. It gives you 30% HP always, and then if you have a fist weapon equipped, it's going to give you a substantial 60% attack. Now, this is very strong. This super TMR is here for 2 reasons. Number one, if only thing that you need, if you already have capped true dual wield, or you already have capped true dual wield and percent attack, or true double hand and percent attack, you can still wear Coin of Fate Sabin and be happy with it. You're going to have 55 raw attack on it, which if you're already capped on percent attack and your true dual wield / true double hand stat, that's really kind of all you really need is extra attack. But on top of that, you're always going to get that 30% extra HP. Now, if you are wearing a fist weapon, you're going to get that insane amount of extra 60% attack, which is probably going to open up a materia slot or something else for a killer, or even more survivability in a materia slot. So not only are you going to get survivability from the accessory, you're going to get more survivability from opening up materia slots to gain HP, defense, spirit, elemental resistances. This is what sets Coin of Sabin as one of the best super TMRs in the game for that reason. The fact that even if you're not using a fist weapon, it can be insane for you. And if you are using a fist weapon, it's going to be super amazing for you. And it's going to be an incredibly flexible gear slot, and not necessarily the fact that it's flexible, but that it's going to open up the flexibility in other gear slots for your character. Now, moving on from Coin of Fate Sabin, we have Coin of Fate Edgar as well. So Coin of Fate Edgar is also something that can open up flexibility in your party as well. So this is an accessory that gives 50 flat attack here. And it's also going to give you 2 additional effects. One is Royal Determination, so 50% High Tide. A little bit of extra High Tide, get those limit bursts off. But most importantly, this is when it's going to be good on your damage dealer. It gives you immunity to all status ailments. So poison, paralysis, sleep, blind, and confusion, petrify, all of that stuff. Coin of Fate Edgar is going to be able to do that for you. So just like Coin of Fate Sabin, where if you already have your percent attack cap stacked up to maximum, you don't need any more true dual, you don't need more true double hand, you can look for Coin of Fate Edgar to still give you that raw 50 flat attack to take advantage of all that true double hand or true dual you may have, get that status immunity all for certain trial fights, and then you'll be good to go. So there are some trial fights out there where you're going to want to be naturally immune to them. Not all of the trial fights are like that, but some of them are, and you're going to want some sort of ribbon effect. And this is going to be that ribbon effect for you. So unless you were going to put, a ribbon in your accessory slot, this is your ribbon in your accessory slot with 50 flat attack. If you're going to put a ribbon in your materia slot, this is now saving you an entire materia slot on your character. So Coin of Fate Edgar, absolutely insane for you in those certain circumstances. Now, moving into some of the best of the best for what they do. Once again, we have the new one on the block, the Black Sparky. The Black Sparky sets itself up and away from anything else because it is such an insane two-handed weapon in the gun weapon type category. There's nothing else that even comes close to it in any way, shape, or form. It's got 174 attack on it, so very high attack there. I think there's only one other gun that's two-handed in the entire game that beats it in attack, and that is Dressialine's Super TMR. It's 180 attack. This one also has the effect of customized model here, which gives you 50% attack while equipped with a gun. Good thing Black Sparky is a gun, so you're going to get 50% attack from that, and it's going to give you 30% limit burst damage. So there's just so many things that this gun does. It gives you so much raw power that you just have to appreciate the fact that it's so strong. And in global, for whatever reason, if you've been playing for a while, there's a lot of love for guns apparently in the global version of FFBE. At least there used to be a couple of months ago, a year ago or so. There's gun stuff everywhere. Gun. So this video is probably demonetized now because we talked about it and said that cursed word so much. But the Black Sparky is just so powerful. If you have some unit that is going to want to use a two-handed gun, this is going to be the one that he's or she is going to be using, that unit in particular. It's just so powerful. Anyone that's using a gun that's two-handed, they're going to want to use this one. Now, moving away from damage, we're going to move into some tanky super TMRs. Now we have the Emperor's Ring here. The Emperor's Ring, listen guys, you guys have seen this on this channel before if you've been around before. This is one of the best, if not the best, it's just the best raw stat tanking accessory in the game, period. If you get an Emperor's Ring, you're gonna put that thing on, you're gonna feel like the chosen king. Nothing's gonna stop you. You're gonna be so much tankier. It gives you 50% fire resist. And that's not the craziest thing. 30 raw defense, 30 raw spirit, and then the additional effect of Bearer of Burden, which is going to give you 40% HP and then 30% spirit if you have a light shield equipped, or 30% defense if you have a heavy shield equipped. So 30 flat defense, 30 flat spirit, then either 30% defense or spirit, as well as 40% HP and 50% fire resistance. That fire resist, you can't even forget that it's on the ring because you're always wearing this thing once you get access to it. You're just so much tankier. It's crazy. It's crazy in the ring slot. Absolutely ridiculous. This is definitely one of the items in the game that will set and show you what a super TMR tank piece of gear can do for you. Now, the other one that we haven't mentioned before is actually the Honor of Grandshelt. This is relatively new. This is Sacred Shield Charlotte Super TMR, guys. And we're going to go back and let you guys know what each one of them come from at the end of the video. Don't worry about that. But this is a heavy shield, and nothing else really comes close to this shield in this slot, in my opinion, either. It's a heavy shield, 68 flat defense, 118 flat spirit, 20% HP, 20% spirit, 50% ice, 50% light. So just so much stuff. And as you can see here, you can combine this with the Emperor's Ring. You're gonna get 30% defense because this is a heavy shield. So you're gonna have HP defense, spirit, raw defense, and spirit on top of that, ice and light and fire resistance. If you have these two wombo combo together, you can set up a tank to probably and possibly just tank the whole fight by themselves with these two pieces of gear. That you get so tanky in every different attribute, defense, spirit, HP. It's absolutely ridiculous there. So these are the two things to look out for if you're looking to make your tank tankier. You want to be the tanky, you want to tank the mountains. Tank. Okay, now we're done with tank stuff. What do you guys think is next? Obviously, we have the Ravenheart Malphasie Super TMR, 40 attack, 40 magic, 10 defense, 10 spirit, 10% MP, 20% attack, 20% magic, gives you the effect of dual cast if you need that for some reason, and then has the effect of Ravenheart, which gives you 25% bird killer, 25% demon killer, 50% true dual wield attack, and 50% true dual wield magic. This thing is on here number 2 because of how crazily flexible it is for any sort of true dual wield unit, and sometimes you'll even put it on a true double hand unit because of the percentage attacks, because you might not have something else that you want to use in that slot. It also has killers on it too, so maybe you're going against a demon or a bird and you need percent attack and magic, and maybe you still need the true dual wield, and it's got the flat stats on it as well. So this thing opens up so many builds, and you're just going to use it so often. If you're looking for a piece of gear that you're going to be throwing on a mage or a physical unit, or just some piece of gear that you're going to have a good investment on, you're going to get a huge return on, the Ravenheart is going to be probably the #1 attack piece of gear, some sort of damage dealing piece of gear that you're going to look for, because it's useful for both true dual wield mages and physical damage dealers, and it's got killers on it, and it's just really strong. It's got good stats on it. That's why it's up here. It's absolutely insane. It's the #1 flexible damage dealing piece of gear in the game. I cannot talk about how good this thing is in all of those. This thing is a book, and it starts with Call Me Ishmael, and it is about a whale and a man's journey on catching the Ravenheart. That's what this is. Okay, that's what it is. 8 ULC tickets, go in there, get them. 80 ULC tickets, go in there. Ravenheart ×2. I'm just kidding. Anyway, #1, guys, #1, the upgrade package. #1, the other super flexible piece of gear, tied with Ravenheart in my opinion. This is from AI Katy Perry. This came out this year. If you didn't get your hands on it, you didn't try to get your hands on it, I'm sorry. So this is an accessory of 40 flat attack, 40 flat magic, and has multiple additional effects. #1, it has life extension with auto cast life extension every turn. This is going to be an auto cast skill, so it's actually pretty powerful, and it's going to heal the character that upgrade package is equipped to by 10% HP and MP every turn. This also stacks with HP and MP regeneration effects, because those are buffs where this is a skill that's going to auto cast. So you're going to get this HP and MP recovery every turn, and then if you have HP and MP refresh buffs, you're going to get those at the end of the turn. So basically, if you have upgrade package equipped, you're almost never going to run out of MP on any character ever. So we'll talk about that. That is very strong. We did talk about that. Now we have the security version upgrade. This is going to be sort of a pseudo Emperor's Ring. You're going to allow the use of light and heavy shields, #1. If you have a light shield equipped, you're going to get 40% spirit, 20% HP, 20% defense. So pseudo sort of Emperor's Ring there as well in the flexibility slot. If you have a heavy shield equipped, 40% defense, 20% HP, 20% spirit. So pretty good there, but nothing super substantial, super crazy there. Then we have the dry version upgrade. This is, in my opinion, the best part of this in combination with the life extension. Gives you 40% attack, 50% true dual wield, and 50% true double hand. So using some sort of physical damage dealer, this is going to open up a lot of different build options for you. It's going to open up probably materia slots for you, or if you want more survivability from your materia slot, you're going to have access to it there because of all the raw stats. You're going to get 40 flat attack, so that works well with true double hand and true dual wield. It also has 40% attack on there, so you can cap your 400% attack cap easier. You're going to have 50% true double hand or 50% true dual as well, so that's going to save you another gear slot or materia slot there. So it's got all of this stuff in there for physical attackers. It's just so powerful, and if you got your hands on 2 of these, I've seen people floating around with 2 of them. I'm still working on getting super TMR tickets for my second one. Then you know the power of the double upgrade package physical damage dealing unit. It's just so strong, so powerful. Now we have the CPU version upgrade as well. This is the mage side of it. It allows you to use rods and whips. It's not nearly as strong as the physical side, but it does give you 50% magic when equipped with a rod, as well as 50% magic when equipped with a whip. So you can throw this on anybody. It's going to give them access to rods and whips, and per upgrade package increase, you can get 100% magic if you have a rod and a whip increased per upgrade package. If you have 2 of them, that's 200%. The reason this isn't nearly as good as the dry version upgrade is if you're using 2 of these things or even 1 of these things, it's going to give you, you know, 1/4 or 1/2 of that attack or magic percent cap, excuse me, and it's not really that hard to cap magic percent anyway, so you probably won't use this for the magic part, but possibly for the tanky part. The physical attacking part, it does so much for you that upgrade package is going to be one of the top super TMRs for you to get in the game right now. So we're going to recap real quick on where they come from, because, you know, you guys do let me know that you do like to know where they come from. Upgrade package came from AI Katy Perry. Ravenheart is from Malphasy. Honor of Grandshelt is from CG Charlotte, aka Sacred Shield Charlotte. Emperor's Ring is from our boy Emperor Shera. Black Sparkies is from none other than the new Black Friday Olive unit, Agent Olive. We have Coin of Fate Edgar. This is from Edgar, King of Figaro. Coin of Fate Sabin is from Sabin of Figaro, Master of Colts, or whatever his name is. We have Supreme Sword of Light, which was the Dragon Quest XI character, 11 Super TMR. Then we have Ultima Blade, which is from Crown Prince Noctis. Then we have Zantetsuken from Radiant Lightning, Wildfang Heirloom from the Halloween unit carton that came out this year, Crimson Butterfly from the Black Friday version of Zon, and then we have Locke's Dagger, none other than from Locke himself. So that's going to be it this time, guys. If you want to see any more future content, let me know down in the comment section below. Remember, if you want to support the channel, likes go a super, super long way. It is probably the best way that you can support anyone on YouTube, is leaving a like and then possibly even leaving a comment. If you want to see more stuff, guys, like this, do hit the subscribe button, or at least bookmark the page, turn the notification bells on. Until then, guys, let me know how you're doing in FFBE, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.